They say this is a big rich town. Hey, I just come from the poet's part. Hey, bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. If I mess up, please forgive me. This is my shit. Yeah, okay, so Power is back. It was good. It was good. Um, it wasn't a lot of action, and I feel like there was a couple of things that I predicted were gonna happen, but it was good. It was good. So how was y'all feeling? Did y'all enjoy it? I loved it. And let me start off by saying that I feel like I had time off, so my hatred for Angela went down. So I'm not going to come with the Angela hate today, okay? Just letting you know. So for a quick little recap, we know Milana's dead. Slim and Tariq are chilling in the apartment. Tariq is knocked out and he is being held for ransom. Greg is dead. To all the people, like to the people that hated Greg, like let me just take a minute. Like I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you right now. To the people that was fans of Greg, because I really fucked with Greg. I liked him. But he died so well that I was so here for it that like I really enjoyed his death. I really did. So the episode starts off with Jamie in the police station. He's basically having flashbacks of all the warnings that people have had, talking about Angie is a cop. This is not going to end well. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Like, what's really good? Tasha is calling him, but Jamie can't answer the phone. So they like, look, you going to have to wait till you get your one phone call. Like, no, we're not going to let you get that shit on your own phone. You're going to have to use one of our phones and just remember your person's number by heart. So Angie walks into the police station. They do a little look and she wants a blood sample from him. He's talking about he needs to call his wife, like it could be an emergency, and she's saying, oh, we could send a cruiser by your home, and he kind of gonna jump to the side at her, and then Black Donovan gonna jump in front, like, go ahead, I got you. Like, you know the deal, Black Donovan, like, you want to get in her drawers too? So Mike Sandoval gets the call from Cooper that they've arrested Jamie for Greg's death. So Mike is about to throw the gun, but I believe he kept it. So I'm like, why does that mean that your weapon could still not be found as evidence for this crime? Like, nigga, get rid of the gun. Like, what are you doing? So, Tommy is walking down into some basement. It looked like some type of bunker. He going through different little, different little alleys inside, hallways and stuff. And I knew that Lala was behind one of those doors. And then, like, it was a little red. It looked like it was a little sexy little scene going on. She had a little red curtain set up, and she came from behind. It looked like she had on a little little lingerie number. I don't remember, but I did expect her to like walk up and give Tommy a hug and kiss. I did. I was just like, bitch, if y'all is fuck, but no, they wasn't. Cause I was so here for it in that moment that like I was just really expecting it, and I felt really let down that I didn't get like a little Lala and Tommy fucking scene. Cause now I wanted to see it. Anybody else? Leave a comment. Dre is trying to keep the party going now that Jamie has been locked up, and he's talking to Karen Bassett. Tommy says to Dre, who is Slim? And Dre acting like he don't know who that is. He's trying to find Tariq because Tommy now knows that Tariq is supposedly being held for ransom. And then Dre has to tell him that Jamie has been arrested. So Tommy like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on today? Angie is at home. She getting home looking depressed. The depression is on her like a blanket. Like, damn, bitch, that shit look heavy. Like, so and it's crazy, like, the juxtaposition between her, like, as she walked into the door at home, and then, like, how she's acting at work in the police station. Like, she's just, like, so sure. But, bitch, at home, you dropping a cup of wine on the floor like you got a maid and shit. Like, bitch, where the fuck did you have to go in your mind to where you was sitting on the counter, bitch. You couldn't have just sat that shit down, crossed your hands, and just thought, you know, like a regular bitch. You had to be on some extra shit and drop your whole wine glass on. We catch up with Entourage attorney and we find out that his wife is a junkie living in a banging ass apartment, okay? The daughter is hidden away crying because the mother is clearly having a drug binge and Entourage attorney is coming to save her. He ends up getting a call from Jamie that he's been arrested, telling him, like, don't say anything, don't say anything. The freaking ex-wife is bugging out. Like, she clearly been doing drugs in the room that the daughter is hidden in. Entourage attorney calls Tasha and tells her that Jamie is being held on a homicide charge. Tasha tells him about the ransom request and he's just like, do not tell Ghost. Like, whatever you do, don't tell him. Like, that's the last thing I need for him right now. Like, and he can't do anything about it. Like, I don't need him to be stressing about that. His girlfriend done got him arrested and, like, he in some deep shit. So he ends up slipping up telling her that Angie was the one who ended up arresting him, whatever. We go to Jukebox 50 and this new nigga. Dre comes in talking about where's Tariq. And, you know, Jukebox over there trying to be the boss bitch, like, you know, her little psychopathic cute self, you know? Dre tells them that Jamie has been arrested and Jukebox is looking at it like, oh, that's even better. She can't deal with losing her man and her son at the same time. Dre is basically trying to negotiate getting Tariq back, and I just really didn't care for that part. I didn't care for him trying to, like, so now you about to pay up what's it about to be, like $45,000 a week to all three of them to keep Tariq safe out of your own pocket, or skimming that shit off the top? Like, how can that keep going on? So he agrees to pay each of them like $15,000 a week. And, like, Dre should have fucking said something before. Dre should have been said something. Dre should have fucking killed Kanan himself. Like, what the fuck? I feel like Dre should have killed Kanan right after he caught him in his house holding his baby. That next day, Kanan should have been dead. Like, Dre he not scared of pulling the trigger. Like, you should have found Kanan, you should have got with him, and you should have killed him. Like, and then we wouldn't even be here. But let me move forward because there was this Asian attorney that was fine as fuck. Okay, 50 agrees to allow Tariq to go home, and he gives him a story of, like, listen, my boy that was here earlier sent a picture to your mother, a joke, so she mad right now, so you gotta make up a story. Tariq was just here for it. Tariq was like, all right, I'm down, I don't give a fuck. Tariq was like, I gotta lie already, I'm set. Kanan ends up telling him that Ghost was arrested. Dre was trying to say, oh, like, don't tell him, like, wait for his mother to tell him. Kanan said, whatever they saying he did that shit. Like, that's fucked up. So he's just, like, really planting the seeds of doubt for Ghost in Tariq's mind is, like, really bad. Slim gives him a burner phone to use to contact him on, you know, now that he's had this little situation. Tariq goes home, confesses to drinking and falling asleep, but at the same time, he tells them that he lied to Raina about who Slim was. Tariq asking, or Tasha asking who these friends are that he was, you know, falling asleep with, or, you know, that he was drinking with, and he's like, I ain't about to be no snitch just because I'm the one that fell asleep like a baby while we was all drinking. Yo, I was here for his response, nigga. I was like, damn, whoever wrote that shit, that's That's a creative individual. I like how he did that. And Tariq, yo, he did that wonderfully. I really enjoyed that moment. And it was just like, because he just threw them off. Like, what did Tasha even say? Like, he just ran that shit. Then he was like, where's Dad? He played that shit so well. Where's Dad? Is Dad home? I want to talk to Dad. Like, your father's not here. He had to go, but he's not here. Like, bitch, you gonna stop fucking lying to your kids. And that's why Tariq act how he act. You gotta keep it real. So she doesn't, and Tariq peeps it, of course. Ghost is with the entourage attorney in prison, and he's telling Ghost about the fact that his DNA and fingerprints are on Greg's person, on his windowsill. So he's like, you told me to go get the recording. And Proctor is like, I didn't tell you to break into a federal agent's apartment and murder him. So he's like, listen, I did not murder him. So he's telling him, like, listen, you got to play the role of James St. Patrick. Like, fuck the ghost shit, okay? You need to act like you don't even touch guns. You don't know what a trigger is. Proctor tells Tasha that she's going to need like around $2 million in bonds for Jamie to be out of jail. She like, goddamn. Tasha finds out that Jamie has cleared out all the clean money that they had in the bank, with a note that says, I'm sorry, Tasha, I will put it back. Like, really, nigga? We see Charlie Murphy in the prison. Let's give a moment of silence for Charlie Murphy. Thank you. I thought we get Charlie Murphy bullying the shit out of Jamie because he's a cop killer, supposedly. Keisha and Tasha are back together having a discussion. You know, like, this what you gonna have to do? You gonna have to visit your nigga in jail now? Like, what's going on? But Keisha doesn't tell her where she's been. Tommy tells Keisha not to reveal to Tasha that Tommy was hiding her. Tasha does this dramatic ass turnaround. It was like niggas say, he got a gun. She was like, so then FBI walks in. They got a warrant to search the premises. And they do. Angie walks in and she's looking around. It looks like she's in awe of the opulence that they are living in right now. You know what I mean? How dare you? How dare you lead this investigation knowing that you've been doing some old extra shit? Girl. Tasha gives up a gun that's in the safe, and I was feeling like Tasha should have said, oh, I don't know the code. I mean, why should I have to assist you in searching through my home? I won't be unlocking anything. I don't have the key. I don't know the code. What do you want me to do? You ask my husband who's locked up. You ask him for the codes, okay? I wanted Tasha to yell to the room like, you know she fucked my man, y'all. Did y'all know that? Y'all know she fucked my husband, right? Now, Tommy walks up to Peter and he got a new haircut. Peter is looking fine as hell with that little buzz cut right now. He looking like a white dude that's down with the squirrel. Raina walks in the middle of them searching the place, and Angela walks up to her. Raina's like, what are you doing? Like, you said you love my dad. You said you wanted us to live together. Like, what are you doing? And I was just like, damn. Ghost is in the cell. He's stressed the fuck out. Tommy is at the drug kingpin round table with, you know, all the local drug dealers. He's basically trying to soothe their suspicions about, you know, whether he's going to be able to take over now that, you know, Ghost is locked up, whatever. They're saying, like, Peter is still going to be, you know, working with him, and Julio is going to be now the distributor. And I was like, go ahead, Julio. So we cut to a scene with this older prisoner. This fine ass Asian attorney is trying to get him to snitch so that he can get early release because his wife has cancer. And it's real fucked up because he's being insensitive as fuck, just saying like, because the guy is saying like, oh, so you want me to snitch just so I could see my wife die and then what, live the rest of my life as a snitch? And he's like, well, at least you can make it to the funeral. I was like, damn, but you still fine as hell. Okay. Tasha cannot come up with the legal money to be able to get Ghost out of jail. So she's like really stressing about that. She's actually trying to take money out of the kids' trust fund, but the penalties that she'll have to incur are just way too much. And at that point, it's like, nigga, you gonna have to sit, okay? We ain't about to go broke trying to get you out for your bullshit. Cause you been fucking around with some other woman. That's why you got in this fucking mess. Because you was cheating on me. And now I'm sitting up here trying to take money out of my kid's account to get you out of jail because you was fucking with this other bitch. Moving along. Tasha comes to visit Jamie in jail and they end up talking about, well, she says that there's nothing that he can do to make up for this. He's making these promises and she's like, look, you can't do shit. I could never forgive you. And at that point, I just be like, yo, it's over. Like, I'm not doing this shit no more. But you know what? This is the life that Tasha wanted. Tasha wanted him to stay a drug dealer. Tasha wanted him to be in this illegal shit. So, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say that's what she did, but that's what she gets. We're at the DA's office. It's Cooper, Mike Sandoval, and Angie. Angie is basically thinking that she's going to have any chair in this situation. And Cooper is like, you really think you're going to be chair? You fucked the defendant and the victim. Like, get the fuck out of here. Mock walks in and the new attorney, and he's saying that he's going to be first chair and Mike is going to be second chair. So he asked to talk to Angie in her office and he's asking her about whether Jamie and Greg had any interaction and what type of interaction they had. She says, oh, they, met one time at the club while Greg was working undercover. And basically he's saying you need to get your shit together. And it's like, no, it would be an extreme conflict of interest to have you preside over anything in this case. Like, you fucking grimy ass bitch. Just kidding. Julio is chilling with the prostitute that the Korean gang hooked him up with. That's his boo thing now. And, well, I don't know if that's his boo thing, but he's trying to get her a job up in the club. So he tells Dre, like, look, she works here now. Period. Dre, like, what? Like, I don't even want to, you shouldn't even be coming around here. And I don't even want your chick knowing my face. But I loved Dre, but why is you talking to Julio like that? Like, Julio been down. My nigga, you're new. And you're being mad dirty. Like, you're like being a two-timer with Kanan right now. So how dare you speak to Julio like that? You like my hair at all? Like, I did some different shit? Okay. Yo, you ever like do your hair, right? And then you be running out of hair, and then you gotta improvise, and then you gotta get some old hair that you did from some other hairstyles, some old colors, and just throw that shit in a patch and make it seem like you did that shit on purpose. I forgot to mention, when Jamie and Tasha were talking in the jail, he was saying like talk to Dean. I need you to get the money from Dean. Get the money from Dean. He did not provide the services. So she talks to Tommy like, what did he mean? What did he mean? Because Dean was Milan, right? So he's like, oh, that's probably because he was the one who owned the security service. So Tommy now has to try to get the money from Peter that they paid for the security gig, and I don't see why they would pay you that money back. Dre is talking to Tommy, and he has the nerve to ask why he's not distro over Julio. Like, what? Julio has been a loyal cohort. Like, loyal as fuck. How the fuck could Julio be loyal as fuck to Tommy and loyal to Ghost at the same time? Like, I feel like Julio never betrayed anybody. Even when shit was going fucked up, there was never a point that Julio was like on some like diabolical shit. Like, Tommy says like, you've been down for a few months. Julio been down with us since day one. Like, you think you should get it over Julio? And he was saying, yeah. He was like, I proved myself with this. I proved myself with that. Like, is he just trying to campaign for this role so that he could, like, get something good for Kanan? Like, are you doing all this for Kanan, my nigga? Are you doing this in the name of your daughter? Because you're just, I don't know. Your argument is weak. I mean, especially up against Julio. Like, you can't shit on Julio getting promoted. Julio deserves this. We're at the bail hearing, and I knew that his bail was not going to be... I knew that they were going to deny him bail. Just something told me, just because of the fact that, you know, Tasha was really trying to get the money, and she couldn't get it, and the fact that he supposedly, and there's that evidence, you know, killed a cop, a federal agent, I knew there was going to be no bond. Honestly, I had really hated that nigga. Some may know I was calling him a pussy ass nigga, bitch ass nigga. I was calling him a pan ban. And this first episode, even though he didn't say much, I enjoyed that he was just really silent. Like, he wasn't like begging nobody for nothing. He wasn't like, and I feel like he's been talking too much. Like, he's always trying to talk his way out of something. He's always trying to convince somebody otherwise. He's always trying to scheme. I enjoyed that Ghost. It was a lot of him reflecting. It was a lot of him having like an inner turmoil. But, you know, because Charlie Murphy had it out for him. Charlie Murphy was bullying the shit out of his ass. Charlie Murphy did not like him. And it was very, very sad just to see, like, you know how skinny Charlie Murphy was. And, you know, to know that he died. And I'm really glad that we did get to see him in this. Ghost is about to be let out the courtroom, and Angie walks by. Ghost says, you can't think I did this. Angie's like, I know you did this. And yo, if I was there and I was Tasha, I'd be like, why the fuck is you talking to her? Tariq texting Slim talking about, you know, when we about to link up or whatever. And I'm like, God damn. Tariq need him some real friends. Tariq need him a little girlfriend, because that shit is creepy how he's, you know, texting Slim and shit. That shit is creepy to me, that Tariq doesn't see anything wrong with this old ass nigga trying to be his friend. Tasha walks back in the house to the chaos that the FBI has left. Like, y'all niggas ain't shit. Look like y'all had a house party up in my shit. Y'all took off y'all gloves as y'all was walking out the house and left them shits in the middle of my floor. I saw that shit. It was at least 2 people took off their gloves right there and just dropped them shits on the floor. Like, Ghost is being led down the hallway. Charlie Murphy and this other white guard lead him to a little side hallway, and they proceed to beat his ass. And they just trying to get a little payback for their cop homie. So, you know, it's not deserved. And I really, it's like I want to know if, I wonder if Mike is going to be found out. So that's where the episode ends. I cannot wait for more. I know it's gonna be good. Last season, like just them couple of episodes that just had me like like, no, I cannot wait. I know it's gonna be some good shit. I know it is. I know. Thank you for tuning in to another review of Power. Nah, I was like, let me stop playing. Yeah, so I will see you later for another review of something else. Y'all know I was waiting for Power because I fell off with Empire. A lot of shit has been going on in life. Damn. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later for another review of something else. Peace out.